good, y'all? I'm Jerry, about to check out 10 major incidents WWE ignored on TV. This video is about WrestleMania. It's a lot of stuff that WWE ignored on TV that happened in real life. I don't know if it was Vince's decision to ignore it or just passed them by. But we about to hop into the video and see what major incidents WWE ignored on TV. Let's go.
Goes down in WWE that impacts the overall reception and integrity of the WWE brand. They could do one of two things. They can either acknowledge the major event and be transparent with the audience.
When CM Punk quit, they never acknowledged CM Punk leaving.
Well, the latter has been seen throughout WWE.
Well, when he got fired.
And they've had a dangerous habit of ignoring any negative stories that have surfaced surrounding them.
Join
us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 major incidents WWE swept under the carpet, completely ignoring it. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, WrestleMania Shorts. Number 10, Roman Reigns' sudden 2020 departure. WWE had a set plan for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 36. He was going to challenge and defeat the then Universal Champion Goldberg to ascend to the very top of WWE. But there was just one problem, the pandemic. When the pandemic
whatever that little time called, it benefited him tremendously. He came back with his A game. He came back at the top level he ever been. He turned heel. Still WWE Universal Champion to this day, 3 years later.
We're being told by the big credit companies it was best to take an extended leave of absence from WWE to protect both himself and his family. This was a decision which earned Reigns a ton of respect for, both from the fans as well as his peers. Reigns' health ultimately trumped any match on WrestleMania, and it goes without saying that Reigns was doing the right thing. Whilst it was confirmed online that Reigns wouldn't be a part of WrestleMania 36 weeks before the show, they bizarrely pretended that Reigns was still working the show. They decided to act as if nothing was wrong, then randomly on the weekend of WrestleMania, they would announce that Reigns had been replaced by Braun Strowman. No mention of the reason why Reigns had departed WWE was mentioned, and it was as if Reigns suddenly no longer existed. WWE received a ton of criticism for promoting a main event WrestleMania match, knowing full well it was never going to happen. Number 9, COVID-19 conditions. Speaking of the COVID-19,
they couldn't even mention coronavirus on TV. The word coronavirus.
Protecting themselves during the pandemic. Whilst every other major sporting event was cancelled, WWE continued on with their programming and would even host WrestleMania 36 in front of no fans in the Performance Center.
No off-season, for real.
They had a rather poor testing facility in place for COVID-19, which resulted in a number of talent contracting the virus. AEW would even take shots directly at WWE's handling of the pandemic by referring to them running a sloppy shop. WWE consistently ignored these criticisms, and there was definitely a focus on profit rather than safety during this time. Number 8, the 2007 pharmacy scandal. The signature pharmacy scandal of 2007 truly rocked WWE. Several talents were named as clients of the signature pharmacy in Orlando,
Edge,
a company that was found to have distributed
Chris
steroids.
Benoit, JBL, I think,
Listed as clients
Chavo,
include Booker T,
Charlie
Charlie
Haas,
Chavo Guerrero, Chris Masters, Edge, Funaki, Gregory Helms, John Morrison, Mr. Kennedy, Randy Orton, Snitsky, Umaga, and William Regal.
Damn.
And this was a huge deal for WWE, as this was a significant number of talents now in the public eye for a terrible reason. WWE decided to suspend several names on the aforementioned list, whilst talents such as Randy Orton were miraculously and mysteriously never suspended. WWE failed to treat the steroid revelation as a big deal, and they simply waited for the media attention to blow over. Number 7, the passing of Umaga.
They never mentioned it,
WWE has a weird
but he wasn't under
Whilst
contract.
those wrestlers who were in WWE's good books seem to get a tidbit, those wrestlers who passed away
they never addressed the test passing.
Get ignored. This was most definitely the case when Umaga passed away in 2009. During Umaga's time in WWE, he was universally loved by the fans and his peers, and was without a doubt one of the greatest names to never win a world title. He'd be released from WWE in 2009 after he refused to enter a rehab program. Unfortunately, the former Intercontinental Champion passed away just a matter of months following his release. Umaga's death was officially ruled as a heart attack brought on by an acute toxicity of multiple substances.
Them pills ain't no joke.
Passing, WWE wouldn't give a single mention of his passing. It was speculated that they didn't want to bring attention to the fact that Umaga had a substance abuse problem, and they believed it would have made him look bad. Number 6, Vince McMahon's 2022 scandal.
They sure didn't mention it. They just addressed it that he stepped down.
officially retire after several serious allegations were made against him. McMahon would cut ties with WWE in every single way, and perhaps the biggest shake-up in the decorated history of the company. During the build-up to his official departure, he would make several TV appearances to cut random promos that didn't remotely contribute to the show. McMahon and WWE never alluded to the allegations on screen, and it was as if they didn't exist. It looked as if the WWE were using McMahon's name to attract a rating, which was a tasteless tactic that certainly didn't go unnoticed. Number 5. Ignoring Jimmy Uso's arrests. The WWE is known to be inconsistent with how they handle their talent getting arrested. Jimmy Uso had a number of DUI arrests, with his most recent one taking place in 2021. WWE have decided to completely ignore the fact that this is a terrible look for the company, and that Jimmy Uso is a huge danger to both himself and others. Fans have been quick to state that if this was a lower card talent who was expendable, they would be suspended or possibly even released. Now, it goes in Jimmy Uso's favour that he was related to the face of WWE and Roman Reigns, and they clearly don't want to upset Reigns by punishing one half of the Usos. Number 4, the Crown Jewel 2018 fiasco.
Oh, so Michael done.
WWE in 2018 as they refused to pull out of hosting the Crown Jewel event in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
During this time, there was a ton of criticism directed towards Saudi Arabia for their involvement in the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Several brands and performers outside of WWE pulled out of deals as well as major events, but WWE persisted with their planned pay-per-view. And in one of the strangest moves possible, they would continue to promote the event, but they decided to pretend it wasn't taking place in Saudi Arabia. During the build to the show, there would be no mention whatsoever of where the event was taking place. WWE believed that this would stop any media attention being directed their way, but they were very wrong. Top talents such as Daniel Bryan and John Cena would pull out of the event. It was rumored that a number of other WWE talent wanted to no-show the event, but they didn't have the power or backstage influence to do so. Number 3, Hulk Hogan goes too far. A legendary wrestler Hulk Hogan has been involved in his fair share of scandals during his career.
He said the N-word, but they fired him.
1985 during the build of the inaugural WrestleMania. Hogan, along with Mr. T, appeared on the Hot Properties show with Richard Belzer. During the show, Hogan would put Belzer in a front chin lock, but Hogan
put him to sleep
on too firmly, and Belzer subsequently passed out. Belzer smashed his head on the floor and would sue Hogan for $5 million.
Ooh.
This was a disaster for WWE, and they wanted to avoid the media circus surrounding the incident, especially during one of the most pivotal times in the company's history.
Damn, I did not know that.
For WWE, an out-of-court settlement would be reached, which would keep the majority of any negative media attention at bay.
Why you drop him like that?
Velveteen Dream scandal. There was a time period in WWE where it looked like Velveteen Dream was going to be the next big breakout star.
He should have been.
Charisma and his in-ring work was improving with every passing week. His career would drastically change in 2020 when he was accused of sending indecent images to a minor. This was followed up with allegations of grooming. Despite the sinister nature of these allegations, WWE completely ignored them. Whenever the head of NXT, Triple H, was asked about the allegations, he would offer no comment. They were simply trying to brush the allegations under the carpet, but the fans, as well as several media outlets, weren't going to let it slide.
Great character.
In May of 2021, Dream would be released from WWE, and it appeared as if they finally gave in to the extensive pressure. It shouldn't have taken this long for WWE to act, and if anything of this nature ever happens again, WWE must be defiant in their approach. And number 1, JBL's bullying. JBL's questionable conduct in the locker room has been an urban legend for decades. The urban legend states that JBL was known to bully anyone smaller than him, and this was something that JBL went unpunished for. However, in 2017, his wicked ways would come back to bite him. Between 2016 to 17,
what's his name? Morrow.
Ronaldo on SmackDown.
He caused him to quit.
Ronaldo was a beloved announcer, but it was reported
I
that
love
JBL
Morrow.
treated Ronaldo appalling, so much so that he decided to leave SmackDown. Whilst JBL and WWE
going to
claimed
NXT.
that there was no truth to the bullying claims that had surfaced online, just a few months after the report surfaced, JBL was quietly pulled from his duties. WWE would claim that JBL was focusing on his humanitarian work, but it appeared as the WWE attempted to sweep the bullying allegations under the carpet hadn't worked, and WWE had no choice but to remove him from his position. But there you have it, folks. 10 major...
Alright, it's a great video, man. Let me know down below in the comments of what I thought of my reaction to this video. Like, comment, subscribe. But till next time, I'm out. Peace.